Prepare yourself for Blade, the most extreme weed killer around. Our formula is sure to decimate those stubborn weeds. Got a dead tree stump infested with needle blight? Blade handles that in 2 seconds. This bad boy works on any kind of plant or creature you need eradicated. Our secret? It's literally poison. Available at your local hovel depository.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Charisma Checked, a real play D&D podcast about the trials of fantasy corporate life. My name is Aaron, and I'll be your dungeon master and director of humanoid resources for this session. And I'm joined by my 4 companions, gentlemen.
Hello, I am Brad. I play Al, the paladin lawyer. And my fact about Al for the day is actually the reason he hasn't really pushed anything about Stapulus is he's never used a stapler before. So he's actually really miffed about what it is. He thinks it's magical to begin with.
How are you a lawyer that's never used a stapler?
Man likes his paper clips, okay? Or he likes the thing where you just fold the corner of the paper.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh. Hey everybody, my name is Kate. I'm playing the character of John. And yeah, my fun fact is that John actually lied to you guys. He said that all animals are his favorite. He hates every single non-humanoid creature.
That does not shock me.
I am shook.
John feels very spiteful.
I mean, I guess it is fair to say he loves them all equally.
I guess so, yeah. True.
Yeah, exactly.
On a technicality.
They're all his favorite in the least favorite sense.
Hey everybody, my name's Freddie. I play the character of Silt, an R&D intern and artificer. Silt's fact is his main love, even though he got hired at a potion company, wasn't actually potion brewing. It was really smithing, which is why he was able to alter his armor the way that he did.
Just a good, wholesome fact.
You know, just in character, covering up plot holes, all that.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Greg. I play Ted, the human accountant / warlock. Ted's fun fact today, he's a utilitarian kind of guy. He does not mind if his socks have holes in them.
What? Wait, okay, is there a hole for the 11th toe?
No.
Oh.
It's usually at the sole. Yeah, not a problem for Ted. Trust me, guys, that's going to land really well with Kayla when she listens.
Why?
Because, like Ted, Greg also doesn't really mind if there's a hole in his sock.
Greg, do you have any pairs of socks that don't have holes in them?
I have some that do and some that don't.
How do you wear? That just makes me feel so uncomfortable.
I also do not enjoy it. It's pretty. It's pretty cringe.
Look, I work in a warehouse. I have deeply calloused heels, so I don't really mind a hole.
Feel it anymore.
Yeah, I just don't really notice.
Oh my god.
All right, anyways, Charisma Checked episode 6, baby.
All right, so during our last session, you guys engaged with some foul needle blights at the base of an old hollowed-out tree in the woods as you traveled on the northern road through the forest to Borthen. And you found that in the stump there was a scared and lost young child, Lil Abby, who jumped off of the bus while she and her father were traveling north to Borthen, her hinting that her father is an employee of Almsworthy Alchemicals seeking to hire a new CEO. But you guys, after some deliberation, agreed that it was best to help Abby reunite with her father. So you all are traveling now along the northern road to Borthen. At this place where you had diverged from the road, you had walked for about 5 miles or so out of the city of Greenwater. And now, after this combat on the road, it's probably about 9 or 10 in the morning, and you guys have begun your trek again. Now, I don't know how you all would think about this. This would really be your thing to decide. But for those of you who have traveled on the dangerous roads between the merchant states before, which not everybody has, it's not that abnormal that somebody hasn't gone far beyond the city walls of one of the large cities, especially if their family was in business. So you who have traveled the roads before will remember Flubbert's Syrup Shack, which was a syrup boilery that had a little roadside stand and would ship to restaurants in Borthon and in Greenwater. In Greenwater, if you get pancakes, it's probably Flubbert's syrup that you use. It's not a real big place, but Flubbert, the old tree ant, the sentient tree, would tap the trees for sap and make delectable syrups with all kinds of different flavorings. And some of you who have traveled the roads before will kind of fondly remember that. He was a nice old guy, and it was a fun place. A lot of people would stop. It was well protected, because there were always people from the trading caravans coming in and out to move the syrup in and out. Which none of you remember, what you're about to walk up on when you get to the end of this day of travel. So we're going to fast forward from the morning. You walk another 12 or 15 miles.
I just wanted to make it known that Al has been talking to Lil Abby about the joys of the aglet, the little thing on the end of your shoelace, probably for the entire time
Why?
she didn't. He just loves talking about aglets. He doesn't really know how to talk to kids, honestly. He never really figured it out, even with his own kids. This
applies to his own teenage children.
He's never really learned.
Okay.
He doesn't really know what they like.
They like shoestrings, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what he thinks.
She had fun launching your lantern when you gave it to her yesterday, and she actually has been talking more to Mr. Blue, or Dave, the little blue gremlin type man that has been kind of gibbering and walking about with you.
Mr. Dave Blue.
And Esquire.
At some point during the walk, I'd like to pull John back a little bit away from everyone.
What's up, Ted?
John, I know it's sort of been implied between the two of us, and I know they're not going to be on board with this, but I just want to, sort of air out my thoughts here. Mr. Dave Blue there, he's got to go, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sleeping with the fishes kind of go.
Like murder, like we'll kill him.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say it like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sleeping.
Yeah, put him to bed, you might say.
Yeah, going to bed forever. He's gonna sleep forever.
We're gonna kill him, right?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Wait, we could just what if we create a bit of distraction and one of us let him off into the area over there and just
lost him maybe.
Well, I mean, yeah, lost him. He disappeared into the forest. Where'd he go?
Yeah. Wait, now are you saying we're actually going to lose him, or do you?
Oh no, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna stab him. Yeah,
I'll follow your lead.
Are you guys trying to hide this conversation?
Yeah, we're trying to be.
Okay.
We're a good 15 feet back. Is that far enough to not hear people? I've never been in a social setting before.
My passive perception is low enough that I would get it.
Same. Mine's only
You
11.
all know enough to be suspicious when John and Ted talk.
Yeah. John and Ted are a chaotic duo. But I'm actually super engrossed in that.
I only rolled a 12 on perception, so I don't notice.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, make sure we were on the same page about that.
Okay, so and this is outside of character. Lil Abby is busy talking to
Al,
to Al about the aglets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm like, hey Ted, follow my lead, all right?
Okay.
I want us to both go up and grab him by the shoulder, and we're just like, hey Dave, why don't you follow us over here, buddy?
Why are you? Hold on. I would even see that. Well, where are you going with Dave? Hold on.
We treated him pretty poorly, and we had to talk about it. And we just want to apologize to Dave. But
Dave, would you could teleport, right? Dave, would you like to walk with me for most of this trip, Dave?
Out of existence in your hands and poofs up on Al's shoulder.
Yeah, this is probably the
safest spot. He gets tongue out you
You two, I'm watching you. John, I kind of expected from you, but Ted, I expect better.
Come over here for a second. Hold on.
I don't even remember why you hate them.
Why do they just keep walking away from us, Al? What the fuck is happening?
It's kind of like you watch them. I'm just gonna keep an eye on Dave.
I'm gonna listen in, I think.
And Silt walks back a little bit slower.
Do we have to roll stealth now to talk?
I don't even know. I don't. This whole arc I'm just lost. But
I don't care if Silt isn't on this. It's fine. Ted, let me just be quaint with you here. Everybody's got to sleep at some point.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah.
And I got a pretty good night's sleep last night. I think I could.
Yeah,
know,
I'm well rested.
I guess-
I'm a businessman. I can stay up 58
stay
hours
up a
without
lot.
sleep.
They're willing to take exhaustion to kill Dave.
burn the midnight oil, maybe.
Listen, here's a plan. This little bugger can teleport, right?
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah,
Until
I
he
did
just
too,
did
until
it
he-
now.
Until he did it. Well, I'll tell you what works on him is attacking him from behind and you can't tell he's coming.
Yeah, I saw that was really effective earlier.
Yeah, it worked pretty well. So here's the plan. We'll hit him with a good old 1-2 punch. I'll come up and stab him violently from the back, and you hit him with that finger gun of yours
I think that could work.
after he teleports.
Stapulus, you think you could distract Mr. Dave Blue there? Maybe show him whatever you showed John here that time in the alley. He freaked out a little bit.
Dave and I have been talking at great length already.
Oh,
He's very interesting,
Dave can hear
actually.
you?
He says he's a manifestation of Lil Abby's fears being lost in the woods. I didn't even know that was possible. And I'm a living stapler.
Greg, what are you talking about right now? What's going on?
he says he's been talking to Dave there, and he's some kind of spooky ghost of fear.
No, I did
that
not
means we
say.
should
Do
definitely-
not tell him I said that.
We should
That is not what I
definitely
said.
kill him.
No, okay, he didn't say that specifically, I guess.
But he's implying it. He's a spooky ghost of fear.
Stapulus, are you implying that he's a spooky ghost of
No,
fear?
ghosts are entirely different classes of entities. No.
Oh, they're different.
Dave is
So-
more like what I am than he is like a ghost.
So
Dave is like Stapulus.
a demon.
I am not
I
a
don't-
demon.
I don't want to put a
We
label
should
on
definitely
it.
kill this. It definitely seems evil. I think we should kill this thing. I don't like Dave. I cannot make that more
So
present.
I don't like Dave that much, but I like
Mhm.
Stapulus,
Yeah.
and it feels kind of weird to, be so malicious toward him. Like, what if it was Stapulus in that situation?
Ted, you gotta grow a pair, man. Come on.
That's
Okay,
fucked up, bro.
Silk has heard enough, and he walks up to Al and he goes, "Yeah, so John's very toxic masculinity-wise, and
Mhm. Yeah. I kind of got
he's
that
pretty
vibe from him.
problematic. Also, maybe evil, and it sounds like Dave is also like Stapulus. So, yeah.
Huh.
Also, they're gonna try to kill him at night, so I'm just gonna set an alarm around Dave's little tent so that if that happens, we can stop them.
That'll
Yeah.
work.
I'm gonna, John, I'm gonna have to think about this one. Stapulus is giving me a lot to think about here.
Ted, there's gonna come a point where you gotta choose, man. And I've been a pretty good friend to you. I think we have something pretty special going on right now, and I feel like you're really split, and you gotta make some tough decisions. So I'll back off.
To be a good friend to me, you got to be a good friend to Stapulus.
A stapler's not considered a friend.
Oh, he did not say
Oh, those
that.
are fighting words. Those are fighting words, Ted.
I don't know if Ted would be angry by that or take some psychic damage.
Wait, how insecure is Ted?
He's grown fond of
He seems pretty
Stapulus.
insecure.
He does seem pretty insecure. That's fair.
I would like to roll a d4 of psychic damage for that
You
one.
would like to deal yourself damage.
Yeah, I think
That's fine.
I think so. That's just one.
Man, I love this. Like, I don't even have to say anything. It's like you guys just walk down the road and one of you explodes. Like, just doing my job for me. All right, well, we'll go on. How much damage do you take from your
It was
ambiguity?
It was just one.
Oh, just one. That's good.
Yeah, a single tear rolls down from Ted's eye, and he says, "John, you've full disclosure, you've really hurt me by that statement." And he's gonna join the group again.
No, he hasn't. John he's a lesser entity, Ted. His understanding of the execution of
But he was mean to you,
I heard that. Yes.
and we're good friends now. I feel like you call me Ted.
Yes, I do, Ted, from the very beginning. That's been true.
From the distance, John's gonna realize he messed up. He's like, Ted, come on, Ted, come on. Ted,
No,
what are you
don't
doing?
need
Come on,
him,
man.
Ted.
Okay,
Oh, Ted, you're looking a little sad there, bud. You want to join our riveting talk about aglets?
what? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, aglets.
But Stapulus knows.
My cousin is an aglet formed in the shadows of the hells.
Stapulus has a cousin who's some kind of demon aglet. I'm processing a lot right now. I think I just want to be alone.
I always kind of took aglets as the, staplers of the shoe world, if you feel me.
Man, it's like that, one of those brand new sentences, That right there. I like that.
It's going to be another 5-footer, boys.
So you guys make it up the road. No, you can make it 15 miles up the road.
It's a 15-miler.
Let's
it's
go.
the end of the day. The sun is going down, and you are expecting sometime soon. It's for an hour, so you've been thinking, those of you who have traveled are thinking, we're getting close to Flubberts. But none of you remember the Sucraluxe Resort and Hotel, which now sits where the Syrup Shack used to. It used to be a rundown little, like sidebar attraction where people could camp for the night if they wanted to. And there was a little building, I should say, where they would boil the sap. Now there is a 3-story tall stone brick hotel with 2 big side annexes built kind of curling around an entry courtyard with a fountain. And you see this big, huge sign with these magical torches all around it that say the Sucraluxe Hotel and Resort.
Al's jaw just drops and he looks at it. He's like, what Flubberts? What'd they do to Flubberts?
I haven't been this way in a while. I don't remember this being here.
Well, they finally closed down that piece of garbage. I'm gonna
What?
How could you hate Flubberts? Excuse you,
listen.
John. That might be the most awful thing you've said.
Guys, what is Flubberts?
Flubberts was they made maple syrup. It was delicious.
It was passable at best.
Listen, John. Don't ever. There's 2 things that never to do. That's one of them. Don't ever talk about Flubberts like that.
Oh,
Ted's fist is clenched.
Yeah, not John. John's getting on Al's nerves right now. He's
also, that's what it takes.
Don't talk bad about Flubberts. That's one of those things.
While this is happening, I'm gonna untie the piece of clothing around my headband or whatever I had on, and I'm gonna brush myself off and get cleaned up. And
I like that you've been going.
Get into a business state. You know what I mean? I'm ready to get to this nice luxury hotel.
It has been a beautiful day, and it's a warm, pleasant evening as the twilight sky purples, And as you guys approach the kind of walk by the pass, there's a large, you would call it a stable, where a couple of stable hands are walking about, and there's under these big awnings are some large carts and omnibuses, which are horse-drawn trolleys, And as you all are walking up towards this place, Abby becomes kind of frantic in terms from the aglet. Well, she actually does know what the aglet is. She's been kind of looking at it as you've been talking about just shoes in general, Al. And she turns away from the aglet, which has engrossed her attention, and says, "Oh, hey, that's my dad's bus over there. That's the Potion Man's bus."
Oh,
perfect.
And she points in, and under one of the awnings is this 30-foot long horse-drawn bus carriage kind of thing. And he must be in here somewhere.
All right, well, let's go try to find him. And we head inside.
Al walks a little bit slower at this point, Doesn't want to walk in first.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, yeah, Silt doesn't care, and he will just charge ahead and open
He's
the
still,
doors.
sad about Flubberts being gone. I'm just kind of staring up at the hotel.
I mean, there's no sign of where it used to be.
He wants to do a walk around the premises. He wants to even go around the back and see if anything of Flubberts remains.
Al, we can go if you put Lil Abby down there, let her go with Lil Silt. We can go look for Flubberts.
Ted, I think I would very much appreciate that.
Go on a little search party.
Dave, you can come with us.
I'm gonna look at Ted now, and a single tear is gonna fall from my eye.
I like to think as we're looking away, Ted looks back to John, but John's already turned to go
to hide his tear.
I guess I'll follow Silt and Lil Abby.
All right, John, no funny business.
I'm no funny for me today.
I don't like depressed John.
That was so sad.
So because normally John would be so light, man.
Yeah, totally.
So as you guys are heading towards the kind of the entrance to this hotel, Abby says, "Well, Mr. Blue, come in with us. They'll like you."
Yeah, come on, Dave.
And Dave kind of looks, and when you guys look back to Dave, he's kind of standing in the road behind you, and oddly enough, he's like kind of flickering in and out of, like there are times when you can see through him.
What, Dave?
Would be a good way to say it. Like he's kind of flicking, like, and he's like, yeah, and he's kind of flicking in and out.
Can I roll Arcana to understand?
Yes.
Okay. I have a +6.
Oh my gosh.
16, baby.
Okay. Yeah. So if what you overheard about this being like and kind of a emotional entity is true, then what you imagine is that whatever magic it was in the woods that brought this thing into exist when Abby was feeling scared is starting to go away because she's not scared anymore. Or she's less scared.
Is trying to understand this. John is gonna go, demon! And just run and try to kill it.
What? Wait, John, hold on. It's going to fade out of existence any moment now.
I'm gonna attempt to stab it.
No!
Okay.
That's worse emotional damage than the emotional creature existing.
Let me open Volos here. I didn't think I would need this stat block again, but here it is. Make her kill him. Do it.
Let's see.
Can I, like, oppose him somehow? I don't know how to, but...
I mean, man, if he's just gonna suddenly shoot,
I rolled a 4, so
Okay.
there you go.
Oh.
You don't need to oppose anything.
Dave gives
Yeah,
you
you
one last
missed.
middle finger before he fades out of
Before he
existence.
well, no, he does. Actually, he doesn't fade because as John turns, charge to stab him and miss, and Dave dodges you. Abby yells, "Mr. Blue, no!" And he turns solid again.
Now she's fucking afraid of John.
She's like, "Why would you do that to him? Why would you do that to him? He was kind of nice to
He was
me in the
gonna teleport
woods.
and do some murder or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think he would do that."
John, he is literally the manifestation of little Abby's emotions. He is protecting her.
I'm like 95% sure he's a demon. Like I'm
like 95% sure you're an asshole.
What is he saying? I don't understand this guy.
Nope.
I
You don't.
I can't understand him either, but I definitely think he's pissed at you.
Well, if anything,
Leave him alone. He's not here to do any harm. He's here to protect Abby.
fine. I just he flickered in it. We don't know what he's doing. I can't understand him. I don't think I'm in the wrong here. I think I'm totally fine. Whatever. And I'm just gonna kind of storm off.
John, I studied this in at the Institute. They are literally just manifestations. It means Abby has possible magical abilities, and this is just her magical abilities manifesting to help
So
protect her.
she's a demon.
No.
I really don't understand.
I can use magic, and I'm not a demon.
You were using magic?
What? Yeah. What do you think alchemy and artificing is?
I just thought you were mixing materials and stuff. Are you?
It has magical components.
So
Yeah.
be honest with me. Are you a demon?
No, I'm a rock gnome.
I need some time to think. I'm gonna go find a hotel
Do you
bar.
not know that magic exists in this world in non-demon form?
I assume all magical entities are demonic in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
God, John is a fucking dime of a character. I love him so much. He's a gem.
Yes. So yeah, am I understanding right then that we have a split party right now?
Yes,
Remind me
I
what-
think it's
what
split
we're
3
seeing.
ways now,
It's split
actually.
3
Oh my
ways.
gosh.
John on his own, me with little Abby and Dave, and then
And then
Brad
me
and
and Ted
Greg.
just walking around the premises seeing if we can find any of the shack left.
Okay. Yeah, so and it should be understood from the beginning that there are people moving around this place. This is not it's not like
deserted.
an illusion or anything. It's not full of zombies. It's like there are actually lots of people here. Like you hear talking inside. There are people outside sitting on a front patio sipping on glasses of this
wait,
kind
so
of
did they
brownish
see me yelling
liquid.
at John and John trying to stab the blue Dave?
I mean, as much as anybody is, they hear the yelling and kind of look up, but they think you're drunk or something. And so there are probably 10 or 12 parties of people sitting outside. There's kind of like an open air door that some waiters are walking in and out of. On the would be on your left side when you're looking at the building, there's like a left wing where it appears to be people are dining and eating. And then there's a right side wing that has a big chimney on top where a lot of steam is pouring out. And then there's a central entrance. Yeah, it's like a big, beautiful double doors, a lot of engraved wood and stuff like that. It's really nice. This is the big 3-story part of the
All
building.
right, come on, little Abby. Let's go find your dad.
She says, okay. Yeah, so let's say that you guys are going to walk in to the place first. So Silt and Abby and
Dave.
those two walk into the Sucraluxe. And there's this beautiful entry hallway with these polished paved stones. To your left, you see there's a door that has there's a maitre d' standing in front of a little, like a host stand, like for the restaurant.
Mm.
And there's a sign above him carved into the wall that says the Taproot tap room. And to the right side, there is a rack of towels next to a door with a sign above it that says spa. And directly in front of you, in this reception area, there is this big, beautiful, high desk where behind it sits an unusually tall and well-dressed man. To your impression, you see his top half, above the desk, and behind him to his right, there are some stairs leading up to what you assume are like the where the rooms actually are.
I'm gonna walk up to the desk and I'm gonna go,
Hello, sir. I'm an associate of Big Abby.
I beg your pardon. What's your name, sir? Are you checked in right now?
No, I'm not checked in yet. My name's Silt.
Silt.
Yeah.
Yes. And he flips open like the books. And he says, "I'm sorry, I don't see you on our reservation books."
Okay. Do you happen to know where Big Abby is at this moment? I'm trying to find him. Maybe we can work this out and figure out what's going on with my reservation.
I'm afraid that I don't recognize the name, sir. Are you sure you have the right establishment?
Yeah. Little Abby, you said Big Abby's here, yeah?
Yeah, his bus is out there. I saw him out there. The cart's there, so he must be in here.
Sir, the bus from Almsworthy Alchemicals is here as well?
Oh, you're with the Almsworthy party.
Yes, I am.
and I produce
yes,
my Almsworthy employment badge.
Ah, yes, of course. Arriving late, I guess. I hope it was a good day of travel for you.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Certainly, and let's see. Let me add your name to their party booking.
Am I like near any of this? Do I see or hear any of this?
I thought you were pouting outside.
Yeah, I thought you were pouting outside.
Okay.
I mean, you can come in if you want.
No, it's fine. I'll pout a little bit longer.
Okay, that's good. That's good. He pulls out this very, this dramatic, like, peacock feather quill. It says, Almsworthy Party, in your name, Silt, what's the last name on that, sir, the family name?
Disowned.
You would prefer to remain anonymous?
Yes, please.
Indeed. And he kind of scratches out and says, we understand the importance of privacy here.
All right, thank you.
And now that I think about it, if there was a gentleman in your party who seemed rather distressed, I believe he's at the bar. Of course, before you get settled in, we'll need to talk about the matter of your making arrangements to stay for the evening.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So that'll be 2 gold for all the members of your party here, so 4 for the 2 of you.
Okay.
And I have that much gold, so I'm not going to fight it, and I'll just hand over 4
Sure.
gold. So
Yeah, so he counts the cash, says, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'll have you done. Oh, and allow me to give you a room key as well.
Oh, thank you.
And he pulls down a key that has a fob that says 202.
202. Okay.
And he says, yes, so if you just go up these stairs to my right, you'll find on the first floor you get to, you'll be the second room on the left.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to go check in with the party at the bar.
Gladly, sir. If you need anything else, just ask for Buster.
All right, thank you so much, Buster.
And he goes back to keeping his books.
And I'll head over to the bar with little Abby, I guess.
Yes. And there's a, like I said,
It's one of those like family bars at the dining room, right?
It's not this is not a place where a ton of kids come.
Oh,
so
okay.
there are some families, but you don't see.
Okay, so it's not like
You
too
imagine
weird
the
for me
kids
to
are
bring
probably
a
in
kid
bed.
into a restaurant.
No,
with
no, no,
okay,
no,
cool,
no.
cool,
I
cool.
mean, no, there are children here with their parents, and no.
Cool.
So, or traveling, yeah. So you come in,
But
and
your child just happens to look about as tall as you do.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, so there's always a question there. You walk in, and this restaurant is kind of built on a slightly curved floor plan, as you saw from the outside. But there's are all these really fine oak tables that are carved very ornately, and people are sitting and dining. And there's a huge circular bar where behind it sits all these fine bottles of this brown liquid and liquors and liqueurs of all kind. And people are dining and eating together. And you notice there's a kind of a clump of 6 or 8 people sitting together at the bar. And Abby begins gesticulating, pointing like, "Hey, that's my dad over there, that's him." As she kind of runs past the maitre d' and you follow her in.
Can I set the scene of what I'm doing in this point in time at the bar?
Wait, you're at the
Oh, you
bar
made it
already?
into the bar. You went through.
I was going to
okay.
go straight to the bar.
You went in through the outdoor. Okay, through the outdoor seating entrance.
If that's all right
and
with
have
you,
made your
you know,
way to the bar. That
continuity's
figures,
sake.
yeah.
Mhm.
That
I should also
figures.
mention that the bartender is a tree ant. John recognizes him as the slightly older version, if that's possible, of Flubbert,
Oh, cool. Okay.
who for many years ran the Syrup Shack.
I'm gonna kind of just go up and I'm gonna put my arm and like just kind of sadly rest it and just like kind of like tap the like bar.
It's very busy
you know?
here. There are a lot of like couples, and this is clearly a place where people come on resort sometimes, and but very new.
Yeah.
And the old tree man turns very slowly to you. He's washing out like a fine crystal glass really slowly. He says, "What can I get for you, sir?"
Yeah. What's that? I'm gonna kind of point to like something towards the top shelf, like on the right side. I'm like, yeah. What's that up there? Yeah.
Towards the top shelf, you say?
Yeah, like just something like fancy, like a fancy like bourbon
Sure.
or something. You know.
"Oh, yes. This," and he reaches and takes down the bottle. "This is a bottle of our vintage Esserglin. It's a syrup mead.
Oh, wow. That sounds pretty good. How much is a bottle?
Shall I pour for you, sir?"
How much is a bottle?
A bottle, sir?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
1,200 gold pieces.
Oh.
I gotta look at my pouch and I'll look at my 140 gold pieces.
How do you have 140?
I save some money. I have some money on me. You know. How about that one on the bottom right there? How much is?
Oh, you're referring to the bottle there of Butterball vodka.
Yeah, that one.
A bottle of this will set you back significantly less.
I like that. All right, that's nice. Yeah.
Just shall I give you a glass, sir?
Yeah, that shot glass, whatever. I don't just something to drink out of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So he puts down the vodka bottle, which is like basically a clay jug. And his branches. What's cool about him, man, is that because he has so many different branches, it's like he's a bartender with 50 hands. So he can kind of reach all over the place and be cutting a lime or pouring a glass of wine or something all at once. But one of his many tendrils reaches out and he pulls up. He kind of says, "Oh no, not that one." And he feels around for a bit and pulls out like a pewter cup and puts it in front of you and says, "I think this rustic piece of drinkware will suit your beverage nicely."
Perfect. Thank you. I'm gonna kind of push that to the side and start taking swigs out of the actual bottle itself.
"Indeed, sir. Let me know if I can get you anything else."
While that's going on, Silt and Abby are going to walk up to Abby's dad.
So Abby runs in, and there's this clump of people on the far side of the bar from where John is. And Abby says, "Daddy, Daddy," and in the middle of this circle, there's a man who is a well-built, very respectfully dressed kind of person. Really well-waxed, tight black mustache, very fancily dressed. And he's drinking at the bar, and he hears her voice and does a spit take, like, and turns and sees her there, and he hugs her and says, "Oh, Abby, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Where did you go?" And she says, "Some men in the woods helped me.
Hello, sir.
I got lost." And he looks up and he says, "Sir, is this true?"
Yes, it is. Yeah, there were, she was strapped in a tree stump, and then there were some, needle boys, and we killed them and saved your daughter.
How far back did she jump off?
She was about 5 miles out of Greenwater, I think.
Oh my. She was sitting with one of my compatriots, Jeremy, and I didn't even notice she was gone until we were almost already here. I was just preparing to send a search party back. I can't believe you found her.
Yeah.
And he hugs her close and he reaches out his, he's wearing a bunch of rings and stuff on his hand. He got like a class ring, He says, "My name's Jim Abernathy."
My name is Silt. Pleasure to meet you.
Silt, yes, please sit with us. I have to hear this whole story.
Yeah.
And then I take a seat. I'm assuming they have gnome-sized seats, and I regale
They
them
have
the
some taller
tale.
stools. He calls one over for you, like, "Hey, Garcon, get one for our friend here."
Thank you so much.
I like to think that this is probably about the time that Al and Ted defeated from walking around the premise and not seeing the old shack, probably walk into the front of the building.
Well, and I should say this. While Al and Ted are kind of walking around, there is kind of like a path that walks around the back. And there's kind of like a trail back there, so it's not totally like unpaved or anything. But you see where like there would be like a kitchen entrance in the back part of the lower floor in the central area. And you walk past the stables and see all the horses. But as you guys are kind of walking past the stable, let's see, what are you guys' passive perceptions at now?
I'm pretty sure mine's 9.
Mine is also 9.
I mean, in this scenario, I might be like doing like an actual kind of hard look for this place because I'm a little distressed about it being gone.
My investigation is an 11.
I'll roll a perception and kind of see what happens.
Yeah. Sure.
No.
Okay.
Ted rolled a 1.
I also rolled, not a nat 1, but a 1.
Okay. Well, as you guys are looking around, you don't see any sign of the old syrup shack, which is heartbreaking. And you would imagine that it really stood right where the major part of the building there is now. But there's nothing left of the original little tin roof building with its, old wooden planks and the campground. You can't find any good evidence of that. But as you guys are kind of walking around, and there's some other people, but they're distant from you, some couples walking and things like that. You hear at the stable, there are two, there's an orc and a dwarf dressed in, kind of like farmhands gear. One of them, the short man, the dwarf, says to the orc, he says, "Did you see who just walked in here?" And the orc was like, "No, who was it?" And the dwarf says, "It was 4 guys, a gnome and a couple humans who looked pretty dressed up for fighting, and a big tall guy too, one of the big blue guys." And the orc's like, "Oh, all 4 of them, huh? Walking in here at the interesting." And they go back to their cleaning.
I look at Ted. We might have more problems than Flubsters being gone, my friend.
Yeah, that didn't sound very good.
I really hope they didn't just, walk in there and use their real name.
Yeah,
that would been accused of a crime using. That would be really kind of not a great idea.
Yeah, like a college educated person. I think we can just assume that they wouldn't be that stupid.
I would hope not. At least not if they've been had experience in the industry.
Yeah,
no.
That fucking intern.
Experience in the industry. That's great. Yes.
We should.
So that happens.
I guess we hurriedly turn around and start heading in.
Yeah.
And you guys, which way do you choose to enter? Because you're either Buster is going to hail you, or you can go into the side entrance through the outdoor seating.
Hey Ted,
door.
I would never suggest we do this. But you see this kitchen door back here?
Oh yeah.
That is not the door I'm referring to. There's actually a kitchen door in the back. That would be.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All
We're
right.
taking
Ted,
control.
now normally I wouldn't suggest this, but they got rid of fucking flubsters.
Yeah, and they didn't even tell us.
So this is your call here, Ted. Honestly,
Honestly,
Like how Al's morals are out the window the second Flubsters is gone.
how dare they? It was the only place he could eat with his son Dax, and they'd agree on that it was good.
Oh man. Yeah, I haven't been over here in a while, and I agree. Maybe we should just head in the back. It was always kind of an open door policy at Flubsters. I imagine it's the same now.
It's gotta.
You guys have merged two of my fantasy names. Pubsters is the bar.
Oh, no.
Flubberts
Shit.
is the.
Sorry.
Flubberts.
No, that's fine. You guys have created a hybrid of two of the names.
It was always an open door policy at Flubberts there. I imagine it's the
Really
same
was.
still.
Yeah, they can't be
We'll just
too aggressive about it anymore.
we'll just head in the back.
Yeah, and we'll try the back
Yeah.
door.
Yes. So you walk into the kitchen of the restaurant, which also doubles as a brewery for the Asserglin. And it is a bustling kitchen full of a variety of like magical furnaces and ovens and mixers and things, and people in white frocks, and chef's coats and top hats are walking all around shouting various things to prepare for the dinner rush that is currently being served in the tap room.
I like to think Ted is like horrified at this image of what they've done to Flubberts.
Yeah, it feels very
Absolutely, yeah.
industrial.
This is
A single tear comes to Al's eye.
Al. Don't look, Al. This isn't.
Oh, no.
It's not Flubberts anymore.
It's not.
We'll just continue through, I guess.
As you guys stand there in tears, one of these sous chef dressed people walks past you and says, "Hey, you come in here an hour late and you are not even dressed for work. Find yourself a frock and get the hell to work."
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Who do they have you on, big one? Saucier? Yeah, you go over there. You're pastries, right? I think I've seen you here before.
Yeah, I can do pastry.
Yes. Exactly. He can do a pastry. Get over there.
Okay.
And there's like this huge, like these super elaborate like cakes and cobblers being produced. And so oh my, so that happens. And,
Yep. I'll go where he directs me to.
yeah, so he points you over to the Saucier station where there are 2 or 3 guys, fantasy folk of all sorts, preparing over these flames of different unusual colors with these odd roots and herbs and berries and spices, preparing these elaborate multicolored sauces at the station where he points out. At the cake station, though, they're doing all kinds of insane, like, stacked cakes and, like, drizzled syrup desserts and things like that.
I think, that's a good point to jump back to Silt, I think.
So, anyways, that's how I saved your daughter.
I can't believe it. There are tree creatures that attacked you while you... Man,
Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm so glad you're safe, Abby. And he's got her drinking, like, a cider or something. Not a hard cider.
I was about to say.
It's a normal cider.
Zappy by cider
There's
base.
such a thing.
Oh,
as
no.
normal.
The
no.
good stuff.
Normal. She seems very content. And there are other people from the Almsworthy party. There are about 10 people there who are all kind of together talking and listening to Silt's story, who now all of them publicly have heard him say his name is Silt.
God damn it.
Like loudly. And he says, "So, Silt, I can't believe this happened. What, were you traveling alone?"
No, I actually had 3 other compatriots with me.
Is that right?
As he says that, I want you to hear in the background. Currently, John has been drinking this vodka like it's a beer. You know what I mean? Like
He's not doing great.
He's not doing great. He's like, if my name isn't John Smitherson.
Oh.
Oh, hey, there's one over there. It's John Smitherson.
Listen, I'm talking to the bartender. Listen, you got friends and you think they're your friends, but they're freaking demons and they're freaking shooting magic bolts, and you're just like, I'm just a business guy, I've been doing HR for lots of years, and it's just like they don't even really care, and it's just like a stapler gets more importance than I do.
Flubbert the tree man says to John, "Oh, they use you like a tool.
They do.
What, I sell out the syrup shack to go big corporate and what? Now I'm a bartender in my own place."
Listen, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
It's Flubbert.
Flubbert, man. Listen. It might suck right now, but you're getting into a lucrative business. Corporate life is the way, man. All right? I'm telling you. Listen,
Sometimes I think the place lost a little soul since we sold out a year ago.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no, okay. And I'm gonna drink some more vodka.
And this happening as Silk points to you, Mr. Jim Abernathy immediately stands up and says, "Oh, I've got to thank him too." And he goes over to the other side of the bar and pats John in the back and says, "Sir, I have to thank you. Were you part of the party that saved Lil Abby from the tree creatures? No offense, Flubbert."
Hey, you're Big Ab. Big Ab. What's up, man?
Yes. Oh, she must have told you that that's what my friends call me.
Hey, Slit. You found the guy.
It's Silk. Yes, I found him.
Yeah, whatever. Hey,
Yes, Silk was just telling me all about what happened. Are you inebriated?
I'm gonna kind of get up close to him, like, I'll never tell.
Seems like it's been well, I'm sure it's been a long day for all of you. But
listen, what are your opinions on staplers?
I use them occasionally.
I hate them. They suck. They're the worst.
Hey,
you prefer paper clips.
Hey, Mr. Abernathy, I'm gonna be honest. He's like a half a bottle of vodka deep right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Slit, you shut your mouth.
Well, no, my friend. Any more drinks you care to purchase, Flubbert, hear me say this. They're on my tab tonight, okay?
Oh, no. I'm
gonna
look at Flubbert. It's the moment he looks away, and I'm gonna point at that one top shelf bottle that I've been eyeing this entire time.
Yeah. Jim says, "Well, I'll leave you to your drinking, but I have to ask you both." And he kind of is gesturing, like trying to get you guys closer together so that he can talk to both of you at the same time.
Yeah.
He said, "Why was it that you were traveling on the road anyways? It's rare for two people to be traveling solo these days. The roads are dangerous."
Yeah, let me stop you there. You ever heard of freaking Ozzy before?
Oh, are you referring to the olfactorium?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yes. I've done much business with them. Yes, we supply some of their scents and fragrances.
Well, I can tell you one thing. We're also doing some business with them. You know what I mean? Wink, wink.
Oh, exciting. Which company do you represent?
Yeah. I'm head of HR.
Is it a startup then?
Yeah, it's our own little startup right now, and Ozzy wanted us to bring in some product samples.
Wow, what do you make? I'd love to see them myself.
Well, I'm still kind of working on it. I'm kind of the head of the alchemy department right now. So.
No, I'm sure you've got something. I mean, after what you've done for me, the least I can do is help you to, I do a little consulting. I'm actually head of human resources for Almsworthy currently. I don't know if you've heard, there was some bad business there a couple days ago, and we're trying to yesterday I got the news, and then we started traveling immediately.
Wait, what news? Is everything okay?
Well, that's where he says, there's a Joe Almsworthy has disappeared, and the rumor is that he was poisoned by some new employees at their central office. They haven't been able to track down anybody who worked there, including the hiring agent who brought all these people on. So there's a lot of suspicion pointed at these people, and I didn't even have time to get a description. I was just told immediately. I was doing HR management at the factory on the far side of Greenwater, but they let me know yesterday evening that I had to begin traveling immediately.
Wow, I'm sorry. That's horrible.
You're telling me you're head of HR for Almsworthy?
I am, yes. Yeah, well, yes, for only a little more than a day.
So,
but this is very private right now. There aren't a whole lot of people who know about this.
Well, keep it hush.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
What do you mean?
Hold me back.
All right, I'm gonna roll contested strength to hold him back, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not really gonna fight it. I'm just like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna let him hold me back.
All right, I'm holding him back.
Okay.
Sorry, sir. He's had a lot to drink. How about tomorrow morning? I can show you some of my scents that I'm cooking up.
I'm gonna kill him.
So
I'm gonna kill him.
What is
No,
John doing?
John, no, you're not.
I'm gonna kind of like drunkenly whisper, he took my job.
John, I think we got all hired with sham jobs. It sounds like he may have too.
No, I was head of HR.
Yeah, but he said that he was less than a day. We were less than a day, John. Think about it. It was all an elaborate setup.
Do you all know something about this? Can I help you with something?
Mr. Abernathy, I gotta give
Gentlemen?
it to you straight.
Yes.
Can we go somewhere where there are less ears?
I suppose so. I mean, do you know something about this?
We're in a bit of a sticky situation.
Well, I tell you
Oh,
what,
I understand.
we'll take this party elsewhere, but can I get that drink to go?
John,
I'm gonna,
I think
like,
you've
motion
had
over to
enough
the
to
bartender.
drink.
You can't tell me what to do. You're just an intern.
John, I'm literally the head of the alchemy department.
This is probably about when Al kicks down the kitchen door and just fucking shouts, "What the fuck did you do to Flubberts?"
Charisma checked is Brad as Alrin Tuttlethunder, Cade as John Smitherson, myself, Freddie, as Still Disowned, and Greg as Theodore Anderson. The intro was done by Greg, and the outro was made by Aaron. I did the editing. All social medias can be found linked in the description. Our Twitter is @CharismaChecked. Our subreddit is r/CharismaChecked. And just as a reminder, we are still offering stickers to those who tweet about the show using hashtag CharismaChecked or CharismaChecked Podcast. If you like what you heard, please leave us a review and share it with a friend. Word of mouth is the main way that we get around, and it helps us a ton. Our next episode is going live on April 27th, so I hope to see you all then. Have a good rest of your day, and thanks for listening. Bye.
This just proves also in the canon that Al doesn't really know anything about aglets either, because he doesn't know anything about staplers, so he's just been making this shit up that he's talking about with little Abby.
Does he know what an aglet actually is? Does he know what it is? Like on the boot that he pulled from his bag, has he been showing Abby the thing that actually is the aglet?
No, he's like, the aglet's on this, and he points to the shoe, because someone like once told him what it was, but he doesn't remember what it actually is, so he's just been kind of talking like freeform.
She might know what it is. It's actually, you think she might know
he's
what
trying
it
to
is.
learn what an aglet is.
So
from
you're just
little
using a
Abby.
word that you think is relevant to what children are saying. Okay.
Quick sidebar: do you guys remember that shoes video from the early 2000s?
Is it the one where they just go shoes?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do remember that one.
I can't say I do.
Sorry, that was all I could think
Okay.
about there. As soon as you said shoe.
No, that's. I'm glad that came to your mind.